Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to Brandon Lester Fishing. We are after these crappie again. I'm late getting to the lake today, so I'm not going to beat around the bush a whole lot. We got to catch them. It's windy today. It's real windy. Wind like 10 to 20 miles per hour. But we'll still figure out a way to make it happen. The good thing about living in the state of Tennessee, we got a lot of hills and hollers, so you can get out of the wind most of the time if you need to. So we'll see what we can do. We're gonna fish some docks probably, some brush probably, so we'll catch them. Y'all stay tuned. All right, first spot we're gonna fish here, some brush right in front of this dock. I'm gonna start out with a pink trout magnet head with a pink and purple trout magnet. I'm not sure what that color's called, but I don't expect it to do real well on this lake because this water is super clear right now. We're right in the middle of the winter drawdown, so they might bite it. We'll see. But typically on this particular lake, they like the more natural colors. We'll see. There we go. That's gonna be a crappie. Not a real big one. It's gonna be a crappie. I did get one on old Pinky, didn't I? First crappie of the day. He is not a keeper. We'll get a start. There we go. This one may be a little bit better right here. Oh yeah. That's more like what we're after. I mean, it ain't no big one, but it's a good keeper. Another one on old pink and purple. Sometimes them loud colors will work in clear water situations too, which is pretty darn weird, but they do work. I'm not gonna keep any today. I got plenty of fish in the freezer. Got plenty of fish in the freezer, and I've been fishing a lot. I can keep some anytime I really want to. I just don't need any right now. See if we can do that again. Went with a more natural color trout magnets this time. I just know from experience it'll work better. There we go. That's a pretty good crappie there. I can tell by the size of him on active target. That's a pretty decent fish. Come on up here, boy. Black crappie. Got him on the Millie color trout magnet with the pink head. 1/64 ounce. I'll give y'all a rundown of my setup here in a little bit. Right now the fish are biting. There he is. I got that one interested. Anytime you see one interested on your active target or live scope, whichever one you may have, anytime you see a fish coming for it, don't ever stop it. Just keep it coming just like it's coming. A lot of times they'll go ahead and do it. That's probably barely a keeper, but first black nose of the day. We do have all three species in this lake right here. We've got black noses, whites, and blacks. We're liable to catch either one. Mostly blacks and black noses though. There we go. I came out of the school and let it drop back down, and that fish bit it on the way down. That's the best one yet. We'll check that one out. That one's tubby. That one right there, my friends, is tubby. How broad that? I mean, I got a pretty good sized hand. Y'all look at that. That's a good fish right there. Ain't no doubt. There we go. Well, that fish stumped the fire out of it now. I like it when they do that. A lot of the crappie that I catch are black crappie, and any of you guys that fish for black crappie a lot know they can be real light biters, real finicky. A lot of times it's just what I call a pressure bite. You just kind of gets heavy. On these guide trips I've been doing, that's the biggest mistake I see. I'm not even going to call it a mistake because people just don't realize it. But that's the biggest thing that I see that people have to get used to, is the fact that a black crappie can have a bait in his mouth. And the only way you're ever going to feel it is if you just give that rod just a little bit of a lift and just feel that pressure. When you feel that added pressure, go ahead and set that hook. There's a lot of people, I'll sit there and I'll be watching their rod on a guide trip, and I can see their rod get a little bend in it, and by the time I can tell them to set the hook and it registers in their mind that they have a bite, by the time they set the hook, the fish has already spit it out. I stopped to check on this dock right here and I see a few. I may have to rig up a little different. We're gonna see if we can get one or two of them. First thing I like to do before I ever make the first cast, I want to figure out where exactly those fish are sitting on that boat dock. I mean, I want to know exactly where they are. So I'm gonna see if I can get lined up here and figure out where these fish are at. Alright, let's see where they're gonna be right now. They're gonna be right in that corner right there. So let me explain to y'all what I'm doing and why I'm doing what I'm doing. So when we were fishing that brush a few minutes ago, I was throwing the split shot rig with the 164 trout magnet head with the split shot above it. I throw it all the time. If you guys watch this channel, you've seen me throw it a million times. But now I've got to a boat dock situation where these crappie are under that dock. So I'm having to try to get back under a walkway, and obviously you can't skip that with the split shot on there. So what we're going to do, we're going to go to a 1/32 eye hole jig head right here, and I'm going to tie a loop knot. Let me show you how I tie a loop knot. I just go through one time, okay? I get me about, I don't know, 6 to 8 inches of tag line, and I just wrap it around these two fingers, just like that right there. You'll see that? I'm going to do it one more time. Just wrap that line around your two fingers. Now go over both lines 2 times, just like that right there. All right, now catch all those lines on the eye of that hook, just like that, and cinch them down, but not all the way. When you get to about right there, take all those lines back over the eye and cinch it up just like that. That's a perfect loop knot. I do that for bass, I do that for crappie, all the above. Now we're going to get us a trout magnet, or a crappie magnet actually, same color as we've been throwing. That's Millie, real good color, real natural. And I'm going to show y'all what I'm going to do right here, because I want to tame down my profile just a little bit. So you see these rings on the crappie magnet? On a crappie magnet body, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rings. I'm going to take off 2 of those rings right there. Just shorten that bait up just a little bit. Make sure everything's good and straight. See, all I did, I just shortened the bait up a little for a little bit smaller profile. All right, we're going to go right in the center. Come out right between the 2 tails, just like that. Everything's good and straight. I can put slab bites in that head if I want to. We'll see if I bite it just like that. Here we go. First cast, we got one. Pretty good crappie right there too. Not bad, boys and girls. Sat down there and rigged us up a bait for the situation, and we got the job done. That's a good fish right there. See if we can do that again. That worked exactly like it was supposed to. Got another one. Well, we did it again. That's a pretty neat little trick on a crappie magnet. I've never showed that on my channel, but cut a couple of them rings off. Just makes that profile a little bit smaller. Man, they like that thing. I went in there and caught 2 fish on back-to-back casts, and these fish have moved. So we're gonna try to reposition. See if we can't get us another one up. There we go. Like I said, sometimes you gotta get a little creative on these dock fish, but you can catch them. Just basically dropped it straight down in on that one and vertical jigged him. Take them any way I can get them. There we go. That's a good one there. Get up in here, boy. He almost got me. Almost got me. Just drop it down in there on them. Get them interested in it. Just keep coming up with it. Just keep easing it up. I just kind of feel it get heavy. I'm gonna let you go, buddy. Go back down there with your buddies. Found another dock right here that's got a few fish on it. If I can get to them. I'm not real sure I can get to them. I hope I can. I had some questions about my dock shooting technique, and I got videos about it, so y'all go back and look for them. But all I do is just catch that bait like that right there in my left hand. Put a good bow in that rod. Just shoot it right under that dock, just like that. It is not that difficult. I've taught a lot of people how to do it, and it's not real hard to do. Just make sure you grab that jig with the hook point facing away from you. Put a good bow in your rod. Shoot that jig right in there. Now when you first start, you'll want to use a pretty lightweight jig, something like a 1/32 ounce, no more than a 1/16, and you'll do pretty well. There we go. That's a crappie. Nope, that's a bass. Y'all check this out. Smallmouth. Loosen my drag up. Yeah, I seen some big dots in there, but I did not expect this to happen. He's not a real big smallmouth, but he's a decent one. That crappie magnet will catch everything. I'm just here to tell you. Couldn't tell you how many bass I've caught on that thing while I've been crappie fishing. Come here, boy. He ain't big, but I can't boat flip him on 4-pound test. I'll tell you that. He's a pretty one, ain't he? Yes, he is. That was fun. All right, guys, I just wrapped up editing this video and I realized I forgot to shoot an outro for the video while I was on the lake. So here is the outro. I actually just got back from voting. It is election day when I drop this video, election day 2024. It may be after when a lot of y'all watch this, but here's the deal. If you do watch this when I drop it and you hadn't gone to vote, go vote. It's your right as an American. I'm not here to tell you which side to vote for. It ain't too hard to figure out which side I stand on. But, you know, however you vote, that's your right. Just go vote, man, because I don't want to hear you griping for the next 4 years if you didn't go get this little sticker right here on my shirt that says, I voted. All right? It's your right. So go do it. I appreciate you guys watching. This was a fun day on the lake. And I just appreciate all the support. The guide trip's been going really, really good. Hadn't had a bad one yet. So I've met a lot of really good people doing it so far. If you'd like information on booking a guide trip with me, you can find that in the description of the video. Talk to you guys later. Have a good one.